What's going on, everybody? I'm Jabby Kaway, joined by Chara Kirk.
What's up?
We are watching Secret Invasion, Season 1, Episode 1. Thanks so much for joining us. Very excited to jump into this. You guys, if you're watching this on YouTube with us, you're seeing a cut-down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us, no cuts, no interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyKaway, or become a member of this channel. You'll get access to our full uncut reaction, but you'll need your own Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode. In an adjacent window to our reaction, we give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown sync, and it'll be like you're watching with 2 of your favorite pals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on Patreon or memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, do me a big favor, please, and hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
Yes. I'll be right there. Don't move.
Classic spy move, throw away the phone.
All we can turn to are the people we care about. But what if those people weren't who we thought they were? Or someone else entirely?
Yeah, that would suck.
I think that anyway.
What exactly are you talking about?
Chaos. 5 global terrorist strikes within the past year. That's precisely what they want you to think.
Sounds like a conspiracy
I know.
theorist.
Tax Colombia. Colombia taxed the Philippines.
So you think the same people are behind all of this?
Not people. Skrulls.
Do you believe him?
Now they don't want just any planet. They want ours.
And there is only a tiny handful known to live on Earth. That's barely enough to...
To what? There could be thousands of them, tens of thousands, and you would never know.
What if he's a Skrull?
The only Skrull contact has been through Nick Fury. That means there are allies. Whatever the hell this is, I need to give him something more than just theories. I need evidence.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
What?
All these other attacks, they would be nothing compared to this. This is the one that sets the world on fire. I stopped filing reports at the office. Don't know who I can trust anymore, other than you.
So let me take this, and I'll give the information to Fury.
Who shot him?
He did.
He did? Where's the gun?
Or not. Oh, I guess you're right. It wasn't him. I don't know. I thought it was him. I thought he just shot, like...
Yeah, that's what... I mean, I wasn't sure, but then I didn't see the gun, so...
I need an extract fast.
Academica Metro Station, 6 blocks northeast.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's like you don't know who to trust. I'm not surprised that a conspiracy theorist man was like...
Trying to attack him, thinking he's a Skrull?
Yeah,
No.
because I thought the same.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, jeez.
Oh, damn.
That's cool.
He's running fast.
Yeah, run. I would be. That's why I do cardio, baby. Ooh. I didn't know you could move like that, Ross. No, not even out of breath. Ooh! Oh! He's a Skrull. How is... Oh, no. How are you not dead?
Show me your hands. Rukia.
Oh, he's a Skrull.
It's me.
Oh.
What the hell are you doing here?
Then why were you
He's a
chasing
Skrull.
him? Ah! I called it, and then I doubted myself.
Nah, he's one of them.
Damn. Who do you trust?
Yeah.
So confused.
What a setup. Basically, like, trust no one.
Yeah.
You can't trust anyone.
That was a good setup.
Yeah.
It's a Nick Fury. Coming back to Earth. That's interesting. about.
Not used to Earth's gravity? I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Welcome back to Earth.
Where is this?
Dunno.
It looks kind of like the CN Tower, even though I don't think that's what it is.
I am so sorry. But you Irishman, that it would take something like this to bring you back to Earth. And I guess she was right.
Gravik is now the newest member of the Skrull Council. Skrulls are immune to radioactivity, and Russia has the most abandoned nuclear plants on Earth.
Going for a walk. You going for a walk in Moscow at night? Oh, you're gonna stand out.
We have a situation, Mr. President.
Concerning?
Agent Fury. We've just received word that he's left Saber.
What do you mean he left Saber?
Oh.
And unfortunately, we also intercepted an encrypted message from Agent Hill to Agent Fury. Given the fact that I could reach neither Agent Hill nor Agent Fury.
It's interesting that they showed Nixon and Reagan. I don't know if that's actually the paintings that are on that stairway, but could have been a choice.
Why is that interesting?
Nixon was doing some shady stuff.
Oh, I see. Oh! Could be anyone. Who is it?
Let's see, large black man, Moscow. Well, it could either be Nick Fury or the ghost of Paul Robeson. Okay, go ahead, take the hood off.
I love her.
It is so good to see you. Do you have some sort of clock fetish? Keeping from me all these years?
Oh.
It was an old English spy master that started the tradition. But I like to think I still have a few juggling acts left in me.
Looking at records? What is that?
I'm pretty sure you recollect my drink of choice is bourbon.
Drawing my very expensive flat.
You mean city.
So it's bottom shelf piss for you or nothing at all.
You know, I may not know when a Skrull is pretending to be a human, but I sure as hell know when a human is lying. You know damn well what was in that storage vault.
The fact that you didn't see them coming means you haven't a hope in hell of seeing Gravik and his rebels coming. You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
If your memory jogs about that Kazakhstan thing, call a brother.
He's so happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, like, why aren't they all just in their natural skin? But then now they are.
That must have been a hell of a day for makeup.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of them are just like headpieces, or if they all had to like sit in that makeup chair.
Wait here, and someone will get you a proper room.
Oh, jeez.
What is your name? Warrior. What is your dream?
Home. In my own skin.
Oh, man.
Your dreams are about to come true. Take his face. Now take his mind.
Oh, wow. So then how can you identify if you have all the same memories and stuff?
Skrulls have infiltrated the ranks of major world powers.
Where is the proof?
How about the arrival of Agent Gravik has something very big up his sleeve. But the immediate threat remains the bombs. Spy specialists in Moscow.
Look, Gravik knows that mercy's your weakness. Time for you to prove him wrong.
I want one.
And Sam Jackson's handling the scene work beautifully.
Yeah.
You take the cash to this address. You deal with Paprician and no one else. He'll give you 2 bags. You get him to the Moscow safe house undisturbed and intact.
What was that all about?
I think he's just trying to impress upon her that it's quite serious. It's also a thing of like how he's being treated. He's treating others the same way.
Where's the bloody coffee?
Oh.
You Paprician?
Da?
Кажется, вы заблудились, мужики. Вот с улицы.
No, mate, we don't want any of your shitty little paintings.
Then exactly what do you want?
Some damn good answers.
Intel, baby.
Who are you going to meet?
Perhaps we would all be more comfortable in a gallery space where there is more natural light.
Oh, you got any more of these comfortable ass Louis XIV chairs in there? How about dirty bunk?
Sorry, I do not know this term. Dirty bum?
Boom goes the dynamite. Lie number 2. I just told you, everybody gets 1. Nobody gets 2.
Yeah.
Shoot me?
Maybe. Well, probably.
In the leg. Oh.
But not right now.
Oh.
Name's not Killer.
Whoa.
Skrull. Name is Talos.
Talos?
This is my fight. I said no.
Oh.
Tell me where the bombs are. Prey on people.
Oh, gosh. Make sure he's down.
Walk quieter.
Yeah, right?
God.
Jesus!
Who would have seen that coming?
I nearly choked on my water. Oh, jeez.
Last warning.
Hi, Dad.
It's what you always say, but there's always another.
Give me the bombs.
No.
This is not what your mother would have wanted.
Mum doesn't know what she wants.
Her last words? Find Gaia.
What?
She's dead.
How?
Why don't you ask the people that you work for? You know that I'll protect you.
You can't protect anyone.
Gaia, I know.
Whoa. I don't think I could ever hit my dad.
Well, you didn't go through what she went through.
It's true.
We don't exactly know what she's gone through, though.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back, Fury. You gonna tell me why you abandoned Earth?
Building out Saber.
Traditionally, we tell the truth during our chess games. Maybe that has changed too, though.
Okay, let's just say I had a crisis of faith.
So why'd you come back?
It followed me up there. And I owe it to Talos.
You sure you're not talking about someone else? You gonna move?
I haven't decided.
You always told me there is no shame in walking away when the steps are uncertain. So check your footing. Otherwise, someone's gonna get hurt.
Wow.
I barely made it out. Someone was waiting for me.
Someone you can identify.
No. Maybe we postpone the strike.
Well, to the contrary. Thanks to you, we have the bait.
Добрый вечер. Покровские ворота.
Oh. I was wondering.
What?
Like. What?
Oh, everybody's somebody else.
Thanks for coming to see me.
You don't see me because I'm not here.
Your mother died while you were working for her killer. And I think you know that. I think that's why you're here.
The attack is planned for tomorrow. There are 3 bombs. There's so many operatives in the field. 100 at least. Most of their identities are kept secret, even from us.
That's scary.
Yeah.
There are 3 couriers, including me, all at points near Vosse de Ninier Square. I'll mark each bag with infrared spray.
Gaia's come back.
Are we sure, though?
No. She seemed genuine, though.
She did. But like, what made her sure that her dad was telling the truth and not just manipulating her?
I got eyes on her.
2 backpacks.
I guess the way he approached her.
Got one carrier going northeast. The other one's south.
He's walking sus.
Well, you'd be nervous too if you were carrying something of that importance.
Sure.
Hard as you may try, it's difficult to act normal sometimes. Love the Matryoshka dolls everywhere.
Uh-huh. They are also in disguise. Because they have little baby ones inside themselves.
Another symbolism.
Layers upon layers of layers.
I didn't even consider the symbolism that might be there. Why?
He's just stalking little kids now. Where did the ball go? The other side. Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh, I guess you might have been right.
It's empty. No decoys.
I guess you're right.
Whoa.
What are you gonna do, shoot into an open crowd?
We're in Moscow now, baby. Anything goes. I don't know. Did he really kill her? Oh no! Oh no!
No way. No way. Really?
What?
Wow.
Damn. Wow.
You know, I was just thinking to myself, I'm really liking Colby Smulders in this. Like,
I
she's
know.
finally getting a meaty thing here. And they killed her off.
Then they kill her.
I was like, oh man.
First thing is, I'm sad because she's so familiar, right?
Yeah.
Like in all of the Avengers movies and everything, like she's been there.
But she hasn't had much to do.
And then here, I'm like, oh, this is so interesting. It's interesting, like watching her relationship.
And actually do things.
Yeah, with Nick Fury
Yeah.
and like do things and like be way more interesting than I've ever seen her before. I mean, I might just be speaking for myself. Maybe a whole bunch of other people are like her a lot, but I'm just like, oh, dang. And then they killed her?
Yeah. That sucks. Well, I mean, you know, with Marvel and these kinds of shows, who knows? Like, she could come back somehow, some way.
But she's
They have an
definitely
explanation.
not a Skrull, though.
Yeah, no.
She's
not. She maintained her situation when she died.
That was so confusing. And I mean, I kind of tickled myself with the thought of in movies and shows, I'm a lot more suspicious than I am in real life. Because watching this, I'm like, oh, that person could be someone else. That person could be someone else. But I think in real life, I'm a lot more trusting than I am when I watch stuff. But I was so confused at the end there because I was like, wait, is she a Skrull? And then it was like, no, he's a Skrull. Who? And then my mind just literally went, pfft. I'm like, how am I going to know anything in this show while I'm watching it?
Well, I think that's part of the point, and part of the appeal of it is that you don't know where a plot twist or a pivot could come from. I really enjoy Sam Jackson enjoying himself in this show.
Yeah.
And even when he was, a Skrull, he had a subtle things going on in his movement and in his acting that gave away that it's not him. It's not Fury. It's
Right.
a Skrull. And like those little things, it's like, oh my God, it's just really enjoyable to watch. And it was surprising to me how mature this show is, at least upon a cursory glance. With this first episode, it's like, it seems quite mature. You know, everything else with Marvel on Disney Plus up to this point has had a certain modicum of like, it's kind of straddling that line that's more like
PG-13.
PG-13, you know, it's kind of for kids as well, even though it's not for kids. Even with something like She-Hulk that was really trying to explore the more mature themes, it still felt like something that maybe you could watch with grown-ups and kids, you know, with parental supervision there. It still hits that PG-13 thing.
Yeah.
Whereas this, while it could pass as PG-13, because it's no more violent than like a James Bond movie, it still feels like it's erring more on the side of maturity, and it's not really trying to appeal to children.
Yeah, I mean, tonally, or even the pacing at first. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I came into this feeling tired already, and there were definitely moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm just tired or if it's feeling like it's dragging a little bit for me. But then every time that I started to feel like, whew, this is a little bit tiring, then they would do something to spice it up. And I don't know if that's just like because they're afraid of attention spans not being able to handle a kind of slower paced thing. But it definitely, every time they did that, I was like, whoo, I'm here. I'm awake now.
Well, for me, my experience was the antithesis. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I really, really like this. I like the pacing quite a bit.
Oh, good.
The thing is,
Must just
you
be
know,
because I'm tired.
I don't know. I mean, you might not be alone. There might be a lot of people who watched it and are like, oh, this is kind of slow and boring. Especially if you're used to the other Marvel stuff that is like really tight.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like it feels really different. Like they're going in a completely opposite direction, which is, you know, interesting.
And it's not just Marvel, it's just Disney Plus in general. A lot of those shows tend to be like on the get it done in 26 minutes kind of thing, you know? And I don't like that. I like having more time to spend with these characters and feel like I'm getting immersed in the world, you know? And this was like a 52-minute episode. I really appreciated the runtime, and it didn't feel wasteful. You know, there was one Star Wars episode from Mandalorian where it was like an hour-long episode. And I got excited when I saw that because I was like, oh, we actually get to like get into the meat of things. And it was like this detour on some other thing that was really boring. And so when I saw the runtime of this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna reserve judgment until I get through this. And I actually came out really happy. I'm like, I got a substantial amount of time in this world, and it had me asking questions along the way, not sure what was coming next. And they dropped breadcrumbs here and there to make you like ponder, like, what's he talking about? What's that about? Who's this? What's the relationship there?
Pay attention.
And it forces you to pay attention, and it requires the audience to be a little bit more attentive to all the details going on, which I appreciate, because oftentimes with the Disney Plus shows, we're being spoon-fed everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And it's catering to like the dumbest person in the room who could be watching. Whereas this is like, no, like you have to be smarter when you watch this, or like be in a room with someone smart who can answer your questions. Because like, like there were instances where I was like, did I miss something like in a previous Marvel thing? I have no idea who they're talking about right now. You know, like Talos's wife. I'm like, I can't remember that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming at this moment, unless someone corrects me, we never actually explored that. That happened off camera.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if that happened in Captain Marvel or anything like that, but you've watched it more than I have.
Twice.
So,
yes.
Twice.
So in this span between Captain Marvel and this, I don't recall seeing anything that alludes to that relationship that he talked about. I think that was made specifically for this show. That actor, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
So good.
So good, yeah.
So good. Like, I was getting emotional off of the few things that he was doing. Like, after that brawl he was having, by the way, bravo to the stunt people involved, and bravo to the editors and the director for shooting this in such a way that you were able to like get the stunt.
Things?
Yeah, you were able to see. Well, you know, for the most part, you could see things. That's not what I was referring to. I was referring more to the fact that like they were very cleverly integrating the stunt people and whatnot, because you could kind of tell when it wasn't the actors anymore. And I was like, oh well, they're doing such a good job that you wouldn't notice if you weren't someone who pays attention to that kind of thing.
Right.
So I was happy with what they did there. But after the fight, you know, Ben Mendelsohn was like, I told you no. Like, and he was having a hard time getting those words out because he's struggling. He's having some kind of inner dilemma because he's having to fight his own people. And he sees like one of his brethren on the floor dead. And it's like, it's messing with him. When he confronts his daughter, like that's just like, He's taking his pauses as needed, and I feel like they're probably truncating a lot of the scene work in editing, which is needed, I think, that because they're trying to strike that balance between something more mature and what people, Disney Plus Marvel fans are used to.
Right.
And so I think they did a really good job here, personally, you know?
Yeah, and I was also really happy with Olivia Colman's inclusion here. I know that she was super excited to do a Marvel project, and like I just like her. I love her sense of humor, and I think that, you know, it lends itself really well to this, you know, as Sonya, and like Talos says, she's quite cheeky.
Yep.
And I appreciate that. And so I'm excited to see what else she does in the show and how she gets involved, because she's always a delight every time she comes on the screen.
They were doing something interesting in the show. They were, you know, repeatedly telling you, this is a bit of the spoon feeding, but they were repeatedly telling you that Sam Jackson is past his prime, you know, or Nick Fury. You know, he doesn't have the pep in his step that he used to have. And, you know, he got captured by the thugs, and it's like before Nick Fury would have seen that coming, that kind of thing. They've really, really made a point to establish that. My hope is that this is a setup for his arc in the show. And by the end of the 6 episodes, he's back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's come back different, right? Yeah. Like, that's kind of obvious to me. Now, whether or not it's that he's past his prime, like they're suggesting, I'm not sure. But I think there's definitely some psychological thing going on there where he's been really affected by the events of the snap. And, you know, and now, like you say, his arc is going to be to have to come out the other side of that.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that's a great
cool.
That's a great starting place. He's going to feel guilty about her death.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't able to save her. If he was the younger pre-snap Nick Fury,
he might have.
He would have been able to save her.
Yeah, he was such a badass.
Yeah. And so I think that we're going to be dealing with the consequences of that in the following episode, which is cool. I hope the show explores that. I really like where this is going so far. I think it's really cool. If anything, you know, to what you were saying at the beginning of this, I actually wouldn't have minded if this was even slower or longer, because there were moments I was like, yo, like this could benefit from a special edition, just like a director's cut of like if this was like an hour or a few more minutes to allow certain shots to linger. Like that moment where he's just on the bed, kind of just replaying that traumatic event of being snapped, and you know, and he's here now. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have minded if we spent more time in that quietness. Like, that was actually cool. And I wanted to feel that with him, as opposed to just being told this is what he's feeling and then moving on to the next thing.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could feel that happening, like I said a moment ago, with Ben Mendelsohn, like his scene work. You know, the actors have put so much effort into finding that spot and developing those relationships and whatever, and they're producing that for you to live vicariously through the magic that is movies.
Yeah.
I want to feel that, you know, a little bit more before the show moves on. But anyway, that's another point entirely. I really appreciate this like spy espionage thriller.
Yeah, that is really cool. Mm-hmm. I think next time I'll have a cup of coffee before we begin.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm definitely getting like that kind of, I don't know if it's Tom Clancy or James Patterson sort of vibe to the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, tonally, that whole spy thing is really present, like even in just the way it looks, like it's so dark and there's lots of like people following people and you don't know who's good, who's bad. Everyone's just kind of mingling, disappearing into the crowd. But like in a way, like it's even cooler because they're not just normal people. Because you know how when you watch a spy show, they'll be like, and then he's there. And then he disappeared.
Yeah.
How did that happen? But here it's like, and then he disappears because he became another person, and he could be anyone in the crowd right now. Except like when Nick Fury was following that Skrull through the crowd, and then they just kept staring at him. It was like, okay, well, I guess clearly they were trying to lead him astray or something. But it's like, hello, this is way obvious. You're literally just staring at him the entire time, you know?
Well, he's not who he used to be. I hope that to what you said a moment ago, I hope that it goes even darker. Like I have hope. I shouldn't. I have hope for this show. Like this is.
You shouldn't have hope? Of course you should have hope.
No, you shouldn't. You should just go in cautiously optimistic every time. That's my feeling.
Okay.
You know, because I've been disappointed too many times with Disney Plus shows. This is like, I'm actually excited for what's coming next.
This could be the difference.
The way it's edited is fundamentally different from everything else we've gotten from Disney Plus. Everything else. Like, it feels proper for once. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Do subscribe, hit that bell icon, please, all notifications, and vote this up. Let YouTube know you enjoy what you watched. If you're watching this on Patreon or memberships, thanks so much for supporting us here. I'm Jabby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.